Mikhail? It's Ben. I'm here with Juliet. We're approaching the house. Don't shoot us.
Nikki and Paolo. I guess we didn't really know you very well.
My name is Mikhail Bakunin, and I'm the last living member of the Dharma Initiative.
What's your name?
He's gonna be wondering where I am.
I didn't even know they had an airport out here.
I know what the hell.
Don't hurt us! Step back, Step back.
February 21st, 2007. Camera crews were sent to Hawaii and Los Angeles to document a typical day in the making of Lost. This day they captured no fewer than 7 episodes in various stages of production. What you're about to see takes place over the next 14 hours. As the sun is rising in Los Angeles, it is just after 5 a.m. in Hawaii, where actor Michael Emerson is beginning his last day of shooting on episode 16.
It's now 5:20 a.m. And that's just the hour that you're thinking, oh boy, let me go play act like I'm in a science fiction adventure story.
During the course of the 10 days it takes to film each episode of Lost, transportation crews arrive hours before anyone else to make sure the location is prepared for the day's work.
Let's see. This is the part where I drive around for a while until I crash into a piece of equipment and someone comes out and tolerantly tells me where I need to go. A little scrambled egg.
Say breakfast ready at 5. We usually have about 2 hours to prep to be ready at 5. And then we usually finish about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. Roughly it's about 15 hours a day. Burrito!
Every morning, film shot the previous day in Hawaii arrives in Los Angeles to be processed.
They usually have sound in the film box, and I take that sound to complete so they can do their magic as well.
Crews back in Hawaii continue prepping today's first location. In Los Angeles, post-production teams are putting final touches on episodes that will be airing soon, and dailies are delivered to the Lost offices.
Hey. Sorry, we had troubles getting in the gate. Everything.
Thanks a lot, man.
No problem.
You going to CFI?
Yeah. Cool. All right, man.
As they start walking toward, we'll do a clean point of view on the Steadicam, and we'll do...
Episode director Jack Benter begins his morning by reviewing camera setups with director of photography Court Fye and first assistant director Rich Sickler.
As they head toward it, point of view heading toward it, and back on them. That guy's mean.
Really?
As actors arrive on the set, the long day begins at the Hawaiian production offices on the other side of the island, where preparation ramps up for production on episode 17, which begins tomorrow. Assistant directors are assigned to alternating episodes so that throughout the season, production teams can be shooting and prepping continuously.
Charlie's whistling, so you can see Charlie whistling. Bridge on the River Kwai. And then, of course, Jin is behind him, and he's whistling. Bridge on the River Kwai. Is that public domain? He's whistling. I don't know.
With storylines constantly evolving, the art and construction departments work to make sure that their ideas can be efficiently designed and built in time for shooting. Today they are working to finish a 40-foot submarine and set pieces for a location shoot tomorrow.
This is for a location. We're turning an ordinary doorway into Scotland. So we're making it into a Scottish-looking doorway with a brick front facade. Yeah, it's so fresh that we'll be putting it up with wet paint, basically.
Wonder if it's raining in LA. I'll be calling LA soon.
I think it is supposed to rain.
And you'll be there.
Tomorrow it's supposed to rain.
Really?
Raining. If it's gonna rain here the whole time, we'll just shoot in the rain. I mean, it rains in the jungle.
I think Ben is sort of impervious to weather.
Okay, so let's just rehearse it. And hold up umbrellas.
It's Ben. I'm here with Juliet. We're going to approach the house. Don't shoot us.
Rain. I wonder if it's dry in the office.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that working. Cut to the office.
Riders arrive at the Disney lot in Los Angeles, ready for the difficult day ahead. Even though Episode 9 airs tonight, the riders are faced with pitching ideas for the season finale. Executive producers Damon Lindelof and Carlton Cuse sit down for their daily breakfast meeting.
So on the axis of business very quickly, I just spoke to Jack. There's a little confusion down here about the burying of Nikki and Paolo. Like, what is it you guys are looking for exactly?
We just need more sand on them, shovels, digging.
I think what didn't translate was the exclamation point of the episode might not be her eyes opening. It might be her eyes open and then we continue to bury and bury and bury and bury. And then see them walk away.
Meanwhile, back on location in Hawaii, work is moving quickly, and the crew must scramble to prepare for an earlier than expected move to today's second location, an hour's drive across the island.
Go ahead, Joyce, first.
Rich just updated me. We did 1 of 4 shots. He thinks we might be leaving as early as 9.
Oh, he's killing me. Okay.
Action! Miguel, it's Ben. I'm here with Juliet. We're approaching the house. Don't shoot us.
Okay, good. Print 3.
Cutting! Going again.
In the Los Angeles writers' room, the writing staff begins brainstorming concepts for upcoming episodes.
319.
Well, yes, let's drop back and talk about Sawyer for a second. Sawyer is apprehended and they throw him into a well. And there's 2 guys down there, one of whom is Cooper, and the other of whom is a guy that looks familiar to us, but we can't quite put our finger on, but he's Australian. This is Malkin, the psychic. And Sawyer's jumping off point is as he looks at Malkin and goes, "Where do I know you from?" And Malkin's like, "What are you talking, say what are you talking about?"
What are you talking about?
Yeah. And whether you remember him from Claire's flashback or not is completely irrelevant. It's never going to come up in this story.
It's a viable construct. And as I said, I think if we wrap it around some meaningful information so that the audience does feel some satisfaction, I think it's cool.
Mr. Michael Emerson.
Yes.
Michael Emerson, everybody, for the day.
Okay.
The day is just beginning for most of the crew, but Michael Emerson has already completed his day's work. He will return tomorrow to begin filming episode 17.
We're on the move to Kapolei, location number 2 today.
So the first step in a company move is to change your footwear from your boots to your slippers.
And today we got a new script, better known as the network draft. We have a production meeting and tone meeting coming up in 2 hours. We'll break it down and then we'll try to schedule it.
I'm on the H1 West making our way to you, so I just wanted to call, see if it was raining at location number 2.
Just reading the latest draft, 317, which just came out this morning. In a couple hours, we will go into a production meeting where we will talk about the fine points involved in the execution of the script and, the last bits of preparation before we go to camera tomorrow morning.
At the Los Angeles mixing stage, Raouf Glasgow and team race to complete episode 11 before an afternoon screening with executive producer Brian Burke.
I would see this cat looking for scraps.
Okay, but too loud.
A little cat meow or purring is good, but not too much.
Looking for scraps. One day.
Well, first thing I want to do is get over to the set to make sure that Jack Bender, the director, executive producer, is happy with the way it turned out, and make sure that all the pieces are coming together for us. It's all right. Let's brave the rain. Here we go.
Though it's a daunting task to move the entire production to a second location during the course of the day, the Lost team is used to the frenzied pace, which frequently involves two completely separate crews shooting in multiple locations around the island of Oahu.
Sit and pull up to the guard booth and I'll cut.
Mitchell carrying your chair. What are you doing? I'm carrying my chair.
Hey, Don, you got the keys, man?
The hair and makeup team works closely with the actors to maintain continuity as they prepare for the next scene.
Yeah, but don't forget, this is also not the same day, so it could be...
It's more or less. Damn close. Next toe.
So now that we're done with the daily dubs, we're gonna go ahead and pass them out to our executives.
Okay, it's a 3-year-old kid.
This is airing.
And also, do we need to clarify that people, it seems that they were...
Generally, we try to get these dailies out before 1 o'clock, which we're just on time. Giving this to Damon. Gave it to his assistant.
As deadlines approach, visual effects coordinator Jay Worth identifies shots in episode 14 that will need visual effects work.
We have a variety of actually different types of shots in this episode. Everything from green screen elements to matte paintings, etc. The edit's still in flux a little bit, so we're just selecting the visual effects that we are confident aren't going to be changing.
Back in Hawaii, episode 17 director Stephen Williams, along with first assistant director Richard Schroer and co-executive producer Gene Higgins, are discussing last-minute details about the forthcoming episode.
Where's the gang? Did you tell him?
I am. Look at his face. He's having
It's good, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
You're like, they're getting off. They're really gonna do it. Ready for some lunch?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to shoot a big master, 2-camera master of like 3 scenes all at once, all with timed elements, gates opening, security cameras stopping, vans pulling in, actors approaching. It's going to be awesome.
First up will be Tyrone over the car.
Okay, Jack, you want to see a complete rehearsal?
Yeah.
Okay. Another rehearsal, guys. Thank you.
Back at the production office, first assistant director Richard Schroer and prop master Rob Kiker discuss a detail in the next episode in which an arrow must be embedded in Charlie's guitar.
In my opinion, I find it silly that it went all the way through.
Right.
I think that it would be better if it was just like that or like that. Hey, quick question. Is the trajectory of the arrow, is it coming down or is it coming straight at him?
It's about on.
Okay, great. That's what I need to know.
Thanks, Rob.
So now we'll go see instruction coordinator, Chris. Here's the thing. I need the guitar, having had the arrow gone through it, it works on Friday. So...
Across town in Honolulu, crews continue to transform a Hawaiian home for tomorrow's shoot.
This is going to become a Scottish row home. We're doing a flashback for the character Desmond. We liked the older style of the house, so that's why we chose the house. What makes it become more British or Scottish would be wallpaper. So we're adding wallpaper that we'll remove after we shoot it tomorrow.
Costume designer Roland Sanchez is constantly on the lookout for the right lost wardrobe items and must consider multiple upcoming episodes on each shopping trip.
$5.99. There was a great suit in there for Korea for the next episode. It's all blue screen, so we can have no blue, which is a little bit of a hindrance, but it's okay. You sort of work around it. So there's going to be a lot of beige and a lot of a lot of green, and maybe some red.
So let's go back in the room.
Yeah.
Back in the Los Angeles offices, writers are constructing the perfect cliffhanger ending for the season finale.
So now that we have discussed the top secret ending of season 3, I thought it might be cool if we actually shot the scene here in LA and where Jack and Kate meet is at LAX. Like, that's where they got there. That Oceanic should have landed. And we do it with like the most skeleton crew we possibly can.
What we should actually do is we should shoot a fake secret. Yeah, the last thing we want is this to slow down.
Okay.
Back on location, cameras are about to roll on the second of today's 2 location shoots.
Let it go. All right, stand by. Tyrone, action will be for you, okay? Let's roll, please. Rolling. Action, Tyrone!
All right, let's fix this. Cut! I think we start here and we bring, here, back it up.
Thanks. We want this end this way and the front end
This is the line script that the script supervisor on the set provides, which may have a few notes from the director about what he would like to do.
Even while cameras are still rolling on episode 16, editor Mark Goldman is back in Los Angeles working on his first cut. He and director Jack Bender will have only a few days after production wraps to finalize the episode. At the same time, 2 additional editors are working on 2 other episodes that have already completed production.
Okay, you tried.
My name is Mikhail Bakunin, and I'm the last living member of the Dharma Initiative.
With the air date fast approaching, Brian Burke has arrived at the mixing stage and is reviewing the effects, music, and final audio the team has assembled for episode 11.
Let's keep playing just so we see the cat.
We should go. If anyone's around, this explosion's going to attract their attention.
Can I see it without the cat? Let me just name it.
Back in the Hawaiian production offices, key department heads have gathered for the final production meeting before shooting episode 17.
Of course, he's got his guitar on his shoulder there, Rob. The arrow hits Charlie's neck, so we'll have blood. So we'll need a couple of the overshirts on that. And then,
how many Charlie shirts do you want?
6 or 7. No, I'm serious. Because we have to do it once for the preamble, then for the teaser, and then we have to do it again.
But on the day, not to get ahead of ourselves, he gets hit with the arrow, or the guitar gets hit with the arrow somewhere that we don't see, and in scene 27, which we're going to start on the next couple days here.
No, for afternoon.
So,
some of the stuff that we worked on earlier today has been bumped up, so really not that big of a deal. We just have to get the guitar and the arrow established and get all that stuff dialed in because it'll work tomorrow. Easy.
Here you go.
Minutes away in their studio, Foley artists are working on completing some of the sound design elements for episode 11, which airs in just 2 weeks.
Okay, we're gonna do Locke in the jungle here.
Okay, ready.
So make him beefy.
One second.
Yeah.
A little lighter. We've just done Saeed and Locke, and now we're gonna do Kate, and she's in a lighter weight shoe. See, you'll notice, I think, that it has weight, there's less tung, you know.
Ready?
Yes.
Back in the writer's office, Damon, Adam, and Eddie have made a breakthrough with the cliffhanger ending for the season finale.
Don't talk about that.
We won't say what it is.
There'll be a meeting where we basically say the ending of the finale literally started with the ending of 318. Right. And it's like,
there's no idea.
You guys are all dead. They found the bodies. Yeah. That's impossible.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
In Hawaii, actor Henry Ian Cusick arrives for his final wardrobe fitting for his scenes at the monastery in episode 17.
So that's going to be much more accessible than...
Yeah.
Who wants to do math? Not
Nobody.
me.
Nobody. I didn't get into this, Doom. If I could do math, I'd be running a hedge fund.
The first time in the flashback, he gives you a robe, which would be this.
I remember the belts being like the robe. It was like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If Mike has time, we can make some of the proper ones.
Right.
But, yeah.
Carry on.
Meanwhile, the Hawaii arm of the Lost Casting Department searches for key extras to appear in Desmond's Scottish flashbacks.
We're trying to find a Scottish actor, and there are none in Hawaii. So I'm trying to manufacture one, and it's been like pulling teeth.
Hopefully he can get off of work so I can use him.
One of the final steps in the completion of any episode of Lost is the recording of additional dialogue. Actor M.C. Gainey prepares to record portions of dialogue not captured cleanly during production.
Alex, don't come in here.
Ben, you awake? Played without suspicion or guile, not wanting to step on Mr. Locke's tension that he has built with his gun and grabbing the girl. I'm coming in.
Here I'm working on a scene where they're going in to get Jack. So the music is suggestion. Here we go. We're gonna go in and we're gonna kick some rear and save Jack.
Across town, Lost composer Michael Giacchino puts the finishing touches on music for episode 13.
Suddenly you hear this piano playing. Now this is the piece of music we had to send to Hawaii at Christmas time so that he could learn how to play it. And they were going to film him on camera playing it. And it also turns out that this piece of music is his theme, you know, from the show. So it'll be fun to see if anyone picks that up, you know, audience-wise.
Started at 5:45. So really, you know what I mean? It's the end of a normal workday, but not ours.
As the day winds down in Los Angeles, Damon and Carlton make sure everything is in place for production to begin on episode 17 tomorrow.
For you to have a conversation and try to find out specifically what the concerns are. Okay. All right, man. Aloha.
You don't have me. Thank you.
I talked to Steven. He wants to drop the Charlie bit with the guitar, and
I'm much more inclined to lose the Charlie bit sound.
And if it works, great, and if it doesn't...
Dom is calling me about the song anyway, and it would be a great relief for me to say, don't worry about it.
The Bridge Over the River Kwai thing is also problematic, too, in terms of clearances and stuff, so I'm going to try to riff something else.
It could just be whistling or something. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Done.
Perfect.
Exactly. And back at the Hawaiian production offices, Stephen Williams, having finished his call with Carlton, is ready to begin principal photography on tomorrow's episode.
Generally, at this stage of pre-production, I am really just ready to start shooting. I just kind of want to start breathing life into the material. So,
Steven, that picture, was he not too young? Yeah, I'm gonna get him in the morning. I couldn't get him tonight.
Probably perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
My guitar got broken. Can you fix it?
What in the God's name happened to that?
There it is, the end of a long day and the death of a good guitar. Anyway, have a good night.
Okay. Who shot the arrow?
5:30, awaiting a script, making more calls, continuing to try and prep and figure out what I'm doing on Friday, and waiting on a script.
This is me getting into the van. My day is over, the sun is near setting. They have done what they call shot me out. My shots are finished for the day. Bye, Mary. I have tomorrow off, and I will be back on Friday.
So here we have roll 61.
Back on location, as the cast and crew wrap for the day, the camera department quickly packs up the film so it can leave the island tonight for Los Angeles.
It's 6 o'clock in Honolulu. That would be 8 o'clock in Los Angeles. And the writers are probably just finishing up for the day, if not on their way home.
Yeah. We had a good day today, though.
Today was good.
Today was a really good day.
Today was really
script. I mean, I just really addressed the
What we're shooting tomorrow?
the notes for tomorrow. I mean,
No problem. I'll put these out.
we will
I'll give you that.
we'll do pinks tomorrow.
Yep. Sounds great.
I'm gonna go print this out.
We got our script. Scene 27 change. They took the crates out in the winery, and gin no longer trips over wires. Nothing major at all. It is only 6:30. Okay, cool. If they don't get this tonight, they should be all right for tomorrow.
So I wanted to check up on it.
A whole mess of
Pages.
With the arrival of the final script, the production office has a few final details to address. Most importantly, sending out tomorrow's call sheets to the cast and crew.
That is good night to the AD office for this day, 7:15.
Any update in regards to the whistle tune and the song?
No and no.
Bridge on the River Kwai. It's usually like chanted.
We're headed to our next location. We're taking the trailers to set them up so we can all be ready for the next episode that starts tomorrow.
Was it a productive day?
Enormously productive. We worked on probably 7 different episodes today. Got a lot of story work done, and Eddie and Adam's outline cruised, and we got notes done a cut, and I feel much better than I do when I leave most nights. So, we're on good footing.
Oh,
Forgot my sweatshirt. They lost. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
The long but successful workday comes to a close for many members of the Lost team, but others will continue working through the night. The film shot today will soon be on its way to Los Angeles, and with the sunrise just a few hours away, equipment will be relocated for tomorrow's shoot, where the process starts all over again.